Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast, I'm going to just get right to it and tell you, I do not think Joe Biden and Kamala Harris should attend Trump's inauguration. That's exactly the time the Democrats need to be on. My boy Drizzy Drake is coming for their head tops. He wants $2 billion. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all know what day it is. My favorite day of the week is here. It's Friday, and I got a great show set up for you guys. I got 3 lead stories. We're going to talk about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris attending Donald Trump's inauguration. We're going to talk about Drake's $2 billion lawsuit, and Donald Trump wishes the radical left a happy Thanksgiving. In quick news, we're going to talk Megan Thee Stallion, Kanye West, Boy Wonder, Cenat, Bishop T.D. Jakes, Vivica A, Kendrick Lamar, and Queen Beyoncé. As always, we're going to close out the show with a question of the day and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Our first lead story, hot takes. Should Biden and Harris attend Donald Trump's inauguration? All right, shout out to Don Lemon, formerly from CNN. He's on his own YouTube series now. And this popped up the other day in my feed, and I took a quick listen to it. I don't normally listen to Don. I don't know how it popped up, but he was questioning his audience and asking, hey, should Joe Biden and Kamala Harris attend Trump's inauguration? As you guys know, in 2020, Donald Trump did not attend Joe Biden's inauguration. We all know the reason why. He felt like the election was stolen from him, so he refused to attend. However, that was breaking tradition. So according to Don, here is the arguments quickly from both sides. I'll recap it. 1, the Democrats should attend because they are the party of tradition, they are the party of norms, and they are the party that stands up for tradition and the peaceful transfer of power. That's what they've always said, and that's why they completely knocked Donald Trump when he did that in 2020. So it would look really bad now if they didn't show up. On the flip side, other people are saying, yes, you know what? We were that party, but we need to make changes, and we need to give Donald Trump a taste of his own medicine and not show up. You guys keep saying that he is a fascist, that he's this and he's that, and he's so bad for America. Why would you show up to the White House for his inauguration? So those are the both sides. Obviously, we'd want to know what you guys think. Comment below or send us emails and let us know what you think if Joe Biden and Kamala Harris should show up. I will give you my answer before I do. Just have to tell you what I tell you guys every day. I'm not on the left. I'm not on the right. I'm not for Joe. I'm not for Donald Trump. We are a purple podcast. I stay independent. I give my opinion on both sides when they do something wrong or do something right. Having said that, I 100% do not think that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris should show up, and I don't think Barack Obama should show up. Neither should Michelle. Let me tell you why. Donald Trump just did something that a lot of Republicans don't do. He won all 7 swing states, and he also won the popular vote. He won the popular vote in the beginning by a bigger margin, and now it's shrinking a little. It's 2.5, which is not crazy, but it's still something that a Republican president hasn't done since George Bush, I think in 2004, okay? So he won unanimously, right? No contest. I think the Democratic Party, forget about those 2 sides that I just told you about, whether it's because he's a fascist or this or whatever, or if you think that they should continue being the party of tradition. I think the way that the Democrats just lost should be a sign that they need to make changes to the Democratic Party. They need to take a new stand. The stand of them being the party of tradition, the party of norms, the party of this. They need to shake up the party and do something different to get the attention of people in their race. You saw Michelle Obama in her speech in 2020 when she said, when they go low, we go high. This year in 2024, she scrapped that and she went at Donald Trump. You could see them making small, subtle changes. They need to make larger changes. And this is what helped Donald Trump stand out so much, is the fact that he stood his ground. He said, no, you guys stole the election. I'm not coming to the inauguration. And I think things like that, being authentic and being true and standing up for what you believe in, is one of the main reasons why Donald Trump won, and won so convincingly in 2024. And if you ask me, this is what the Democratic Party needs to do. They need to stand on business. You, Michelle and Barack, you guys say how bad he is for America, and how we will lose all of our freedoms, lose our rights. Kamala said that he was a fascist. Joe Budden said all of these things, how horrible. Not just, hey, it's a policy thing. They went in saying that how horrible he is. How could you go there and stand and swear him in? Like, I just don't think you could say something like that and then go and be there to swear him in. Donald Trump would not do that. You need to stand on business, and that is going to let people in your party know, and the independents know, that you guys heard the mandate that the American people gave Donald Trump. You heard it loud and clear, and you guys are looking for a party and a leader that is ready to stand up for what they believe in and not just stand up for traditional norms. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Send me an email. But I'm telling you 100%, this is what the Democratic Party needs to do if they want to have any sort of chance in the midterm elections in 2026, and if they hope to take back the House in 2028. Our second lead story: could Drake win a $2 billion lawsuit and go after the music industry and sink them? All right, we have talked extensively about Drake. I think it was episode 385 or 86. If I'm not mistaken. If you guys want to go back, I did a whole 20-minute piece on Drake and how this is not about his Kendrick Lamar beef, and it's a beef against Universal Music. So if you want to go and listen to that, broken down into 7-point form, go ahead and do that. I'm not going to get back into it again. I don't want to bore the people who have seen that. But this whole lawsuit is really about Drake, his contract negotiations, and him getting the money that he deserves. He's in a contract negotiation with Universal. His contract is up. His $400 million contract is up, and he's looking to get $600, $700, close to $800 million. And he's suing Universal to get that. Mal from Mal and Rory was on Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to the guys at Earn Your Leisure. And Mal is one of the only ones in the industry who is talking and knows what he's talking about and understands the potential that Drake has to bring down the music industry, who has been taking money from musicians since the 40s, 50s, 60s. Michael Jackson has tried to do this. Prince has tried to do this. If you guys want to know about Prince, Prince, the whole reason why Prince changed his name into a symbol was for the fact of him fighting for his royalties and for his name and for his likeliness. Michael Jackson, they say one of the reasons why for Michael Jackson's unaliving was his fight with Sony and publishing. Do your research. If Drake could pull this off, it will change the music industry forever. I'm going to play a little clip from Mal on Earn Your Leisure and listen to him talking about Drake potentially winning a $2 billion, upwards of $2 billion. That would be close to 3 times what he's asking from his contract. If he does that, he will change the music industry forever. And Mal is one of the only ones who's talking about it. Take a listen.
I think Drake is going to ask for something that no artist has ever asked for or received.
As far as money?
As far as compensation for damages. We talking upwards of $2 billion.
He going to ask for a big 3.
At that point, public perception.
I don't give a what Black Twitter is talking about. I don't care what the barbershops are talking about. Yep. If I just sue Universal for $2 billion in my masters and I won.
See how one of the interviewers were like, oh, I think you'll ask for 3. And then someone's like, at that point, forget about public perception. So everyone now is having fun with Drake online. Oh man, he's not hip hop. He's not like us. This is that. Yo, Drake is beyond music right now. He is talking and dealing with business. He doesn't care if you guys thinking that he lost the battle. He's not even thinking about that right now. He's thinking about what the music industry has been doing to artists for the past 50, 60 years and what they've done to him. He made them billions of dollars, and they were trying to take advantage of him with their contract negotiations. And if he could pull off and win, if he goes out for 3 and maybe they settle for like 1.5 billion, who has the last laugh? Because that contract for $400 million, he had to go and put out 4 or 5 albums. He had to go on like 3 or 4 tours to recoup all that money. If he gets 1.5 bill or even 2 bill for doing absolutely nothing and just suing them, and he could sit back and relax, who's going to have the last laugh then? Trust me when I tell you guys, this is all about business and about Universal Music doing Drake dirty, and has nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar. Drake is so past the music right now, and he's so beyond it. Anyways, it's the end of the week. I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm sure we're probably going to still have to talk about it a little bit more. But like I said, go back 2 podcasts ago. I'm not sure. I think it was Wednesday. Listen to my breakdown. I'll tell you in more detail. But those who know. Our third lead story. Donald Trump wishes everybody a happy Thanksgiving in the most Donald Trump way. All right, Donald Trump says happy Thanksgiving to all, including the radical left lunatics working hard to destroy the country. All right, listen to Donald Trump's post on social. He said, happy Thanksgiving to all, including the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry, our country will soon be respective, productive, fair, and strong, and you will be, more than ever before, proud to be American. I love what the headline said was like, this was the most the best happy Thanksgiving in the most Donald Trump way. Like this is Donald Trump. And this is what I was talking about in the first lead story. He is just unequivocally him. He's not going to change. And you could hear there's a little bit of sarcasm in there. If you guys watched yesterday's podcast, you see that, him and the Mexican president were going at it on Twitter. But then last night I heard he put out a tweet that was like, I just had a great conversation with Mexican president and all is great productive phone call. And talking about terrorists, doing all this stuff, like he outwardly acts like a bully, but then he's ready to get down to business. So, this is Donald Trump's way, like it or not. And I'm not a Donald Trump fan or Joe Biden fan. I'm just saying he is unequivocally him. And this is his way of putting out his Thanksgiving. And I love it because he's just being him. I don't know if you get that or agree with that. I'm sure you guys will comment below, but he's being him. One of the things that Charlemagne said that I really love is that Donald Trump has changed the language of politics. No other politician has ever before spoken like how Donald Trump spoken. And like he just said, I don't necessarily 100% agree with him. It wasn't a landslide victory, but it was a very resounding, definitive win. And he is going to continue to give us tweets like this in his own Donald Trump way. And I like it. It's not political. It's not traditional. And it's not, filled with like language that just goes over everybody's head. He just talks to the people who he needs to talk to, and he gets out his message. Yes, it might be crass. Yes, crass. It could be a little bit, rub some people the wrong way, but people like that he's authentically him. Sound off below. I'm sure a lot of you guys are not going to like it, but really just think about somebody who's authentically them. And if you like their policies, this is what you need. And the Democrats need to find their own way, not to copy or speak like him, but they need to find their own way of authenticity and speak to the people if they want to have any chance, like I said, in 2026 and 2028. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, Megan Thee Stallion is off of all social media. She put a dancing video out, which I'm not going to play. And she said, for the ones who never get tired of seeing it, she's talking about her twerking. And she said, Hotties, this is my last day on these apps this year. Love y'all. The thickest and cutest signing off. So all you Megan Thee Stallion fans, I am one of them. We're not going to see Megan Thee Stallion until 2025. Go to her Instagram. See her video twerking. If, like she said, if you're not sick of it and you want to see it one more time, head to Meg's Instagram. Make sure you wish her a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays because you're not going to see her till 2025. Our second quick story. Kanye West posts new song by Daughter Northwest. It's your bestie, Miss Westie on the beat. Kanye West posts a song by his daughter, Northwest. Chicago is also on the song too. I don't know why all these blogs are not mentioning that Chicago is there too. But Kanye West dropped a new song with his daughters. It's I don't know, kind of like they're on like in a desert on like cars and like these doom buggies. It's a little weird for a kid video, but Kanye is going to be, he has to be like different, right? It is a pretty cool video, I must say. More importantly, I love when I see Kanye working with his kids. Y'all know that Kim came out, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was like, I'm raising my kids on my own. Kanye West is not there. So I like to see him with his kids. And North loves being on stage. She loves being on camera. So I like that he is doing this. And like I say all the time with Kanye West, he is a master marketer. If this video is coming out, he's not just doing it for his kids. There's something bubbling. Anytime you see Kanye West's name come out, trust me, there's going to be something that follows it. Just like what I said last week when I'm like, hey, I feel like Future and Metro, it's a little bit weird that they're in GQ magazine talking about Drake and Kendrick. Something is coming up. The next day, Kendrick Lamar dropped a surprise album. They're always working and they're always using social media and these outlets for marketing. So I don't know if Kanye is going to drop a surprise album, but don't be surprised if something comes out album-wise for them to, capitalize on this marketing opportunity. We'll see. Our third quick story, Billboards Greatest Pop Stars. All right, so I think over the past month or so, Billboard has been putting out once a week their top 10 pop stars for the 21st generation. And they just put out the second one, which is, drumroll please, Taylor Swift. No surprise to anybody. And now that we have 2 to 10, we know obviously who number 1 is going to be. So I'll read it backwards. Number 10 is Adele. Number 9 is Ariana Grande. Number 8 is Justin Bieber. Number 7, Kanye West. Number 6, Britney Spears. Number 5, Lady Gaga. Number 4, Drake. Shout out to my Canadians. Number 3, Rihanna. Shout out to my West Indians. And then number 4, Taylor Swift. Who's off the list? Queen B. Y'all know that Beyonce has to be on the list somewhere. We didn't know she was going to be 2 or 1. Surprising that they put Taylor, the fact that she's being so dominant right now, but this is for the 21st century. So I guess when they are looking overall, they feel like Beyonce is bigger. I agree with mostly everything here. I mean, I can dissect it and change a couple of other things here. I'm really happy to see that we have 2 rappers in the top 10 that are pop. I really love to see that. Let me know what you guys think of the list. Let me know what you guys think of Taylor and Beyonce. I think with most of my followers and my listeners, you guys will probably be pretty happy with Queen Bee. I don't know how many Taylor Swift people listen to the Trend Out Loud podcast, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below or send me emails, trendoutloud@cfqr600.com. Our fourth quick story. The party's over. Justin Combs reportedly blacklisted from renting LA mansions after alleged party chaos. They would wreck the house. All right, I'm sure this is not coming at any surprise. Like, who would rent anything to anybody in Diddy's family? I wouldn't even rent him a car. Justin Combs' parties may be too hot to host. According to the New York Post, the son of the hip-hop mogul Diddy has reportedly been banned from renting luxury properties in Los Angeles area. And the reason are epic parties left with more than just a mess. A SoCal mansion broker didn't hold back, telling the outlet he would say, I'm having 20 people over, but then it would turn into being 200 and they would wreck the house. I've gotten to the point where there is nobody that will rent to him. He calls me to rent and I say no. Justin's lawyer, Jeffrey, claimed to his defense in a statement of his own and says, Justin has not been charged with any crimes or sued civilly regarding any of these accusations for any reason. He did nothing wrong. Well, if you wreck a house, they're not going to sue you. You leave a deposit and you probably just lose your deposit. So that statement from his lawyer just tells me that these people are probably telling the truth. Like I said, I wouldn't rent anything. I wouldn't even rent my car to these guys. You know from Diddy that they're having crazy parties and it literally just gets wild. I wouldn't rent him my freaking apartment if I had one. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Our fifth quick story. Boy Wonder responds to podcaster Joe Budden after he went on a 3-hour rant about Drake. He says he's hurt and we know why. All right, so Boy Wonder, for those of you who don't know, is one of Drake's main producer partner from the beginning, Toronto native. Shout out to the Canadians. Keep Six Solid, a blog in Toronto. Shout out to my guys at Keep Six Solid. They made a comment somewhere and it said Joe Budden is really in his feelings today. And then Boy Wonder said he's hurt and we know why. And then they went on to post a picture of Joe Budden, Drake, and Tahiri. For those of you who don't know, when Joe was still like ending off his music career and just started podcasting, 12 years ago when Drake was just coming up, he was with Tahiri, and Tahiri was like the baddest girl in the industry, like OG model, IG model, like OG, like one of the first ones, like before Kim, like she was hot, especially in hip hop. Google her and you'll know why. Anyway, so I totally forgot this when I was like, yo, Joe Budden is totally going off on Drake. He's keeping it personal. I said that in yesterday's podcast. I totally forgot that Joe hates Drake because Drake took Tahiri away from Joe. For those of you who are not seeing the picture, like I said, there's a picture of 3 of them, and then there's a picture side by side with Drake in the ocean with, I think it's a dolphin, and Tahiri. And Keep Six Solid said, getting your girl taken from you with no beard, no drip Drake is crazy. So totally forgot. I said yesterday that Joe was getting personal. I totally forgot why. It's because he's still mad that Drake took his girl, man. Sorry, Joe. You know, the ladies like Canadians. What can I tell you, man? Our sixth quick story. Cenat has made history as the first Twitch streamer ever to reach 600,000 subscribers, with each subscriber paying $5. This milestone highlights his incredible influence and success in the streaming community. Kai has become the first streamer to surpass 600,000 subscribers, a groundbreaking achievement that highlights his incredible success. With each subscriber paying $5, this amounts to a gross revenue of close to $3 million. However, this figure isn't necessarily his monthly income, as the amount depends on how many subscribers renew and Twitch's revenue split. Most streamers have a share of 50-50, but top tier creators like Kai could have a 70-30 split. Based on these splits, Kai's earning could range from $1.5 million to $2.1 million monthly, not yearly, monthly. The streamer with the second highest number of subscription is Ironmouth with approximately 326,000 subscribers, highlighting just how far ahead Kai is in this historical moment. All right, so we at the Trend Out Loud podcast have been covering my guy Kai. Shout out to Kai. Love this dude, man. Worked really hard, grinded it out, did shows daily, just like how we do our show daily, and just picked up, stayed true to himself. And now he's the biggest streamer in the world. He's doing his subathon from, I think, November the 1st till November 30th, straight, never taking an hour off, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When he first started, it was close to like 350. Then he passed the Iron Mouse and he went on to 400. I had said, yo, I really hope he makes it to 500 million. And look, it's gone even further. He made it to 600,000, still with a couple of days left. So he probably will end up around maybe 650. So shout out to Kai, such a good dude. And I really take my hat off to streamers. We definitely work hard here doing hourly podcasts, and everyone's like, well, you guys do a podcast every day. It must be so hard. And it does take us a lot of hours to produce and edit down and get all the stories and do everything for you guys. But seriously, streamers, these guys are like on for like 8, 9, 10 hours, or like what Kai is doing 24 hours a day. They work, man. So shout out to the streamers, and of course, shout out to Kai. All right, in our seventh quick story, keeping it streaming, social media has mixed reactions to Kai Cenat's latest stream, featuring Sexxy Red, her crew, and Major Max doing alarming music tricks. All right, we're not even going to talk about Max Major. Is that his name? Max Major, because that was just a ridiculous stunt. But I am going to stand up for my girl, Sexxy Red, just like how I stood up for Serena. I will not tolerate any Sexxy Red slander. Sexxy Red was reading comments and somebody said, "It looks like you stink." And then Kai, like, I don't think he meant to do this, but she's like, "Kai, does it look like I stink?" And then she put her kind of her body close to him, and then he was like, no, she goes, "Hey, Kai, what do I smell like? Do I smell bad?" He goes, kind of like roses, something. I don't know. Like, he just delayed. It wasn't like, "Oh, you smell lovely." It was such a delay. So that just added more to it. Like, yo, Kai could even lie straight about it. Anyways, here's a little clip y'all see for yourself, man.
They said I stink.
Hell no.
You
Nobody
smell. What I smell?
Nobody. Smell like some flowers in there, chat.
He's like, some flowers in there or something, chat. Like, anyways, I don't think Kai meant to do that. And like I said, I love Sexxy Red. People think that she's too ghetto and she's this or whatever. She's true. I like authentic people, man. I know it rubs some people the wrong way, but it's really hard in 2024 to just be authentically you. And people like Sexxy Red don't change no matter what room they're in. And I'm the same way, whether I'm at the bank, whether I'm in court, or whether I'm at the park, playing ball, whatever it is I'm doing, I show up as me. And I love people that are authentically them. So shout out to Sexxy Red and stop the Sexxy Red slander. Our 8th quick story. Bishop T.D. Jakes expresses gratitude for the support he's received following his recent medical emergency. Bishop T.D. Jakes expresses his gratitude towards all his supporters following a medical emergency during one of his sermons. Although there was suspicions of a stroke, he revealed that he did not have a stroke. He also requests his supporters to continue keeping him lifted up in their prayers during this time. So it looked like a stroke. It sounded like a stroke, and how he is now really looks like a stroke, but he's saying it's not a stroke, but didn't tell us what it is. And of course, that's his prerogative. I have a little clip. Take a listen.
All the people were concerned and sent love and sent notes. Just grateful. Thank you.
Hey, regardless of what it is, I'm happy he made it through. He's released from the hospital, so he is doing well. And of course, everybody here at the Turn Out Loud podcast and myself wish you a speedy recovery and good health. Our 9th quick story. Popular talk show Hot Ones reportedly turned down Kamala Harris' request to appear as a guest on the show. During her time on the campaign trail, Kamala Harris reportedly made a request to appear on the popular YouTube talk show Hot Ones. Shout out to YouTube. I'm in a good mood today, y'all. Man, that's like the third or fourth. Sorry. According to the Harris campaign's strategist, Harris's request was unfortunately denied. The host appeared on Pod Save America podcast on Tuesday and revealed that Hot Ones, which has featured celebrity artists and notable figures across multiple genres of entertainment, from Shaq, Tyra Banks, and even Donald Duck, wasn't interested in having Harris on the show. In fact, the host claims that the popular chicken wing eating show may not have wanted to welcome Donald Trump either, as they had no interest in diving into politics. It's not immediately clear if Donald Trump's camp requested to be on the show either. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for anybody who has a request from the vice president of the United States and the Democratic nominee for president, and you turn them down after a request to be on your show. Hats off to them. That's really cool. What I think, and the reason why he did that is it's very, very risky when you do politics. It's even risky for me to talk about politics. You guys see it every day. There's always somebody in the comment section that's like, "You watch CNN? I'm never listening to your show again." What? You said that you like something that Kamala Harris said? I will never listen to you again. Today I said something that I liked about Donald Trump. Guarantee you there's going to be somebody that says, I will never watch a Trend Out Loud podcast again because you said Donald Trump's name in a positive way. So it's very risky to talk about politics. But what I think Hot One should have did is like what I do is you stay true to who you are and you say whatever it is that you feel and you stay in the middle. Joe Rogan wanted to do the same thing. He said, I would like to talk to Trump and I would like to talk to Kamala Harris. So I think what the hot one should have done is say, okay, you want to come on the show? No problem. We're going to reach out to Donald Trump. And the only way we'll have you on is that if we can have Trump also, obviously not at the same time, but to give each of you equal time. You ask Donald Trump his questions and then you ask Kamala her questions. And that's how you be fair and you're true to your audience, because to try to sit there and act like you don't have an opinion on politics just doesn't even make sense. You have a talk show. You're there to talk about issues. And I just, although I respect them saying it, I also don't respect them not having a plan to address politics. There is a way to approach it. Of course, if you want to be a Republican podcast, that's easy, or a Democratic podcast. But I just feel with all of the manpower they have behind them at Hot Ones, they could have found a way how to walk the tightrope. We do it here every day at the Trend Out Loud podcast. So anyways, that's just my take. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm sure most of you are going to comment below. Let me know. Our 10th quick story. Vivica A. Fox says she wouldn't be here for a Set It Off reboot. Yo, Auntie Viv has been in the news, man. I think this is the second time this week I've been talking about her. I have a little clip. She was on, I can't remember what show she was on, but take a listen to Aunt Viv.
Would you ever think of doing a Set It Off reboot?
No, absolutely not. It's a classic.
I like that. I totally agree with her. I hate when you hear about something being redone and you just know it's not going to be as good. Leave classics how they are. And she makes a good point that, you know, 3 of them were unalived. So where do you go? You can't say like, hey, what happened in 10 years? So how do you really reboot it? She did go on to say that she would like to do a reboot, I think if it's not mistaken, of Soul Food. But it just reminded me of like how many classic movies that Vivica Fox is in. So shout out to Vivica. She always gets dragged because she looks so different. And I'll admit she does look very different and I love her. But yeah, she gets dragged, but just go back. You know, Google her and look at her IMDb and see the classic movies that she is in. Like, she should definitely be applauded and rewarded. So shout out to Auntie Vivica. Our 11th quick story. Kendrick Lamar's GNX predicted to sell 291,000 its first week. All right, no big surprise here. I told you guys this week that we were hearing that it's going to be between 260 and 290, 291. Think it's good. It's his lowest first week in, I think, ever. And this is a mix of streams and pure sales. I think it's like 30,000 pure sales. Don't get confused with the fact that you might hear somewhere out there that he had 500 million or 600 million streams. They know what what it works out to being as album sales. They have their numbers. So let's just stick with for first week sales. Doing 290 is good. I don't feel like it's a full official album. I feel like it's in between an album and a mixtape. The more I listen to it, the more I do like it, even though I'm a Drake fan, so it's very hard for me to say that. Like I said, the video for Squabble Up is dope. And Kendrick is in his own, man, as much as I hate to admit it. And I still keep on hearing that Lil Wayne is in the booth. He actually has something recorded and he's going to drop and come at Kendrick. I said yesterday, I feel like it's bad. As much as I love Lil Wayne and he is top 3 all time, Kendrick is way too much in his zone right now. I wouldn't dare to try to get into a battle with K-Dot right now. Wayne, stand down, bro. Let him have his moment. He is too hot right now. Our 12th quick story. Beyonce's publicist shuts down rumors of a tour announcing at her NFL Christmas game performance. She said it's untrue, nothing to report here. It's nothing really to write about. Her publicist dispels rumors of a possible tour announcement at her NFL halftime performance. If you guys remember, we told you this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Beyonce will be performing at Netflix first ever NFL live streaming game on on Christmas Day for the first time ever. And of course, they just want to make it even that much bigger. And how much more bigger can you get than Queen Beyonce? Billboard is going to nominate her as the biggest pop star in the 21st century. So really excited to see this. I told you guys also too that she wasn't going to go out on tour. She just had a world tour like last year. Why would she go out just because she has the Cowboy Carter album? She toured for Renaissance. She's not going to tour for this album. So sorry, Beehive, you're not going to get another Beyonce tour. So just tune in December 25th on Netflix. Our 13th quick story. Spotify is scrubbing all bot streams. Listen very closely to this, okay, guys? We told you about Drake, his lawsuit against Spotify and Universal Music Group. Listen to what Keep Six Solid just put out today. Today's Spotify charts are now over half a day behind their expected schedule. Spotify charts are now over half a day behind schedule. Currently, charts are typically released around 8 a.m. They're not out yet. And this is for the past years that they're out at 8 a.m. How come they're not out yet? Just as Drake put out his lawsuit against them, all of a sudden they're not out. People are saying in the industry that they're trying to clean up all their bots. They're trying to clean up everything that's going on so that when they go to their deposition or if this turns into a lawsuit, they could start showing more cleaner numbers. We'll see when this drops at what time. I'll let you guys know Monday, but this is letting me know that Drake's lawsuit is having an effect, and all of these record labels and all of these streaming services are going to start scrubbing these bots and being very, very, very careful. When you see people start making changes after a lawsuit or a petition gets served, you know that the person who's serving it is onto something. So Drake is definitely onto something. We'll see what happens. I'm keeping my eye on Spotify, Apple, and Universal Music. All right, this brings us to question of the day. What's something your zodiac sign would absolutely do? All right, I'm horrible at zodiac signs. I don't even know if I really believe in them, so I don't really know how to really answer this, but I'll try my best to even make sense of what I'm reading, all right? So Amanda285 said, we will block you, your family, and your friends too to protect our peace. And I think the sign is a Cancer sign. So Cancers will block you to protect their peace. Savage Barbie Gemini 25 says, say something that everybody is scared to say. I think this is a Pisces sign. Somebody said, love hard and protect. This might be a Libra sign. Somebody says, where are my Aquarius fam at? We are the ones to be creative, so we create a nice, loving letter to my crush. I don't even know what that means. All right. Somebody says, it doesn't matter if you live on the same block, 20 blocks away. If I'm not going to have you be my friend, then you'll never be my friend. Lord. Somebody says, no good music and good food. I don't even know what sign this is. Sorry. Somebody says, Sagittarius, definitely got an answer for this. Paid Miami 82 says facial expressions and speak our mind. Somebody says explore the hidden truth and explain the surface. What is going on here? This was a bad question of the day for me. Somebody said hold a grudge. Okay, that's Cancer. I'm a Cancer, and do I hold a grudge? I don't know if I hold a grudge. I could be grudgy sometimes, but then when I want to let it go, I can let it go. But I think I might be a little bit grudgy. But my mom holds a grudge too, and she's Pisces. So that's why I don't believe these things. Anything somebody says about a sign, you could attribute it to yourself if you dig deep enough. You could be like, yeah, I'm kind of like that. I don't know how much I believe this stuff. Somebody said, stay to themselves, peace and solitude. Didn't even give what sign they are. Another person said hold a grudge, cash out. Don't give an F. Suspect still believes in zodiac signs in 2024. Y'all grow up, man. All right. Sorry, this was a bad question of the day. And yeah, let me know. Help me out with this. Comment below. Let me know your zodiac sign and something that you would do. Something that is a definite trait of that zodiac sign. Tell me something that is about me that you feel like is me, because you guys hear me every day, right? So I'm sure you guys must know a little bit about me. What's a trait? What's a common trait for a Cancer? Let me know in the comment section below or send me an email, tryoutloud@cfqr600.com. All right, this brings us to sports news. Wemby got LeBron. Of course, for copyright reasons, I can't play this. The NBA will yank down my video, but I did see the video, and I have a couple of still pictures up beside me Wemby caught a pass. LeBron was defending him. He put a spin move on LeBron and dunked it. Love to see it. The best thing is that LeBron's face after he dunked it was like, what can you do? Like, Wemby is 10 feet tall, you know, but it's just crazy to see somebody that LeBron can't defend. I mean, LeBron is what, 6'10", like close to 200, 250, 260 pounds. It's amazing to see young Wemby, who they say may be the face of the league in the next couple of years. I think it's going to be John Morant, but we will see. But it's nice to see the old bull taking on the young bull. All right, that is my Friday show. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Had a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's the weekend, so please go back and try to listen to episodes that you may have missed. For those of you who want to know how to keep up with the show, I will let you guys know all the ways. For those of you who are used to watching the Trent Out Loud podcast on YouTube or listening to it on I've said public this whole week. For those of you who want to watch this show on YouTube or listen on podcast platforms, Friday, yo. All right, let me start over, all right? For those of you who are used to watching this podcast on YouTube or listening to this on podcast platforms, please try to check me out Monday through Friday on CFQR600.com. We do play the Trend Out Loud podcast, but we mix it in with 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great hour. It's a great way for you to enjoy the show while you're listening to your favorite hits from the 90s and 2000s. Vice versa, for those of you who are used to listening to the Trend Out Loud podcast on CFQR and you can't always catch a show between 11 to 12, we get it. You're busy. You got things to do. I'm going to give you 3 ways how to keep up with the show. On CFQR 600's website, when you click Listen Live, there is also another tab that says Listen On Demand. You click that and you'll see the Trend Out Loud podcast. You'll see all 386 or 87 episodes. Listen at your heart's content. Like I said, it's the weekend. You could do a deep dive, all right? There's obviously YouTube, which you guys know. You could check it out. Or, like I said, all public again, or all podcast platforms. Just go to your desired site. Type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like on YouTube, we upload daily. Please try to check me out on any social platform. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. And don't forget to follow the media company on Instagram, City Media. For those of you who are tuned in on CFQR 600, do not touch that dial because my homeboy, Don Smooth, is coming up with the lunch mix from 12 to 1. And Don is always dropping the hits. All right, I got through it, y'all. I made a couple of mistakes, but I got through it. Spare me, all right? It's Friday. Y'all know I get excited. You guys have a great weekend. Once again, thank you for tuning in all week. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.